In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Praise be to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Requital. Thee do we serve, and Thee do we beseech for help. Guide us on the right path, the path of those upon whom Thou hast bestowed favours, not those upon whom wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. During the month of Ramadan, the Quran states that we must go without food and drink and other worldly desires. Chapter 2, verse 183. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed to you as it was prescribed to those before you, so that you may learn self-restraint. Moreover, we must pray extra prayers such as Taraweeh, and perhaps most importantly, we read. We read the Holy Quran as much as possible, so arguably the most significant event that occurred during the month of Ramadan was the revelation of the Holy Quran on the Night of Majesty, or Laylatul Qadr. As we approach the last 10 days of Ramadan, we must remind ourselves of the significance of Laylatul Qadr, the Night of Majesty, which is said to have taken place in the last few days of Ramadan. Chapter 97, Al-Qadr, the Majesty. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr. وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف الشهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. In English, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Surely we revealed it on the Night of Majesty. And what will make thee comprehend what the Night of Majesty is? The Night of Majesty is better than 1,000 months. The angels and the Spirit descend in it by the permission of their Lord for every affair. Peace. It is still the rising of the morning. It was the Night of Majesty, one of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan, which first witnessed the shining of that light which was destined to illuminate the world. And the coming of the first revelation on the Night of Majesty, which gives its name to this chapter, contained a clear indication that the most majestic of all revelations was now being granted to the world, and that the majesty of this revelation, as well as of its recipient, would be established in the world. This chapter is unquestionably one of the very first revelations. So, starting with the first two verses, Inna anzalnahu fi laylatul qadr, wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr. Surely we revealed it on the Night of Majesty. And what will make thee comprehend what the Night of Majesty is? Laylatul Qadr, literally the Night of Majesty or grandeur or greatness, is a well-known night in the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan, most probably being the 25th, 27th or 29th night of the month. In chapter 44, verses 2 and 3, it is called the Blessed Night. I swear by the book that makes manifest the truth. Surely we revealed it on a blessed night. Surely we are ever warning. From chapter 2, verse 185, it appears that the Holy Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan, and from the above, it appears to have been revealed on the Laylatul Qadr. By revelation, of course, being meant the commencement of its revelation, because the Holy Quran, as we know, was revealed in portions during 23 years. That the reference here is to the commencement of the revelation is also clear from the arrangement of the chapters. The opening verse of the last chapter being admittedly the first revelation of the Prophet. In fact, Laylatul Qadr's importance is that it was the night that the most blessed and perfect of all revelations was given to the world. Moses fasted for 40 days previous to the receipt of revelation. Exodus chapter 28 verse 18. And Jesus kept fast for the same number of days before he was called upon to undertake the prophethood. Matt 4:2, which shows that historically divine blessings are associated with fasting. Hence, the Muslims are required to fast every year for 30 days, and special divine blessings are promised to them in the concluding days of the fast. To the next verse. Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. The Night of Majesty is better than 1,000 months. 1,000 months may be taken as the equivalent of a very long time. Numerically, they are equal to about 83 years, leaving 17 years to complete a century. There is a saying of the Holy Prophet, according to which a mujaddid or a reformer will appear among the Muslims at the commencement of every century. The Laylatul Qadr being a time of great spiritual blessing may also signify the time during which the Prophet worked, being a period of 23 years, or the time during which a mujaddid would normally work. تنزل الملائكة وروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. The angels and the Spirit descend in it by the permission of their Lord for every affair. The Spirit here may signify the Divine Spirit, which is really the force through which the reformation of humanity is brought about. Or it may mean divine inspiration. The descent of the angels and the Spirit also shows that Laylatul Qadr, as hinted at in the last note, has a deeper significance. For although a particular night in the month of Ramadan may be characterized by divine blessings, it is more especially in connection with the mission of one appointed by Allah for the reformation of the world, that the angels and Spirit come down from heaven, turning men's minds to the spiritual values of life. So it just shows how important Laylatul Qadr is. Salamun hayya hatta matla'il fajr. Peace. It is the rising of the morning. Peace is the distinctive mark of Laylatul Qadr. This peace comes to the hearts of the true devotees in the form of a tranquility of mind, which makes them fit to receive divine blessings. So, although it wouldn't be wise to say that we should pray more in the last 10 days than the rest of the month, we do need to make sure that we have made the most of Ramadan by putting aside our worldly desires. It is emphasized that Laylatul Qadr is a means of achieving spiritual nearness to Allah. So, although we should maintain prayer and read the Quran throughout Ramadan, and indeed throughout the year, we must also recognize the significance of Laylatul Qadr to attain nearness to Allah, Because if there is one anniversary worth celebrating, it would be the anniversary of the revelation of the Holy Quran, the Night of Majesty.